Hey guys, Nick Showman from Showtime Strength and Performance here in Newark. What we're going to talk about today is max effort training for lower body and upper body. All right, a lot of people get our max effort training confused with a West Side barbell conjugate method system. They think that, because it's powerlifting, we just do max effort training 4 times a week, and that's not true. So for us, our max effort lower body is on Mondays, and our max effort upper body is on Wednesdays. All right, so we're gonna mainly focus on the lower body max effort work right now. All right, and there's a way that we cycle it through that people don't understand. It's not picking the exercises you're best at, it's picking the exercises that you need. Max effort is about straining, and in powerlifting, it's all about 1 rep. All right, your 2 rep max, your 3 rep max, your 5 rep max, 10 rep max doesn't mean shit. Powerlifting is a 1 rep max sport. So you need to get really good at being able to strain for however long that takes and maintaining form. And the only way that you can learn that to strain as hard as you can and maintain good positioning is by using the max effort method and teaching your body week after week how to strain. All right, it's a lot more complicated than what people think, but if you do it, you will recruit more motor units, more muscle fibers. All right, that's how we build strength. All right, so what we're going to talk about. So week 1 will be a low box squat. All right, when we say low box squat, 10, 12 inches, all right, that's a low box squat with a close stance. We don't use our competition stance squat on the Mondays. All right, we save that for our dynamic effort day on, for us it's Saturdays. All right, then week 2, all right, a good morning. All right, we always vary up our good mornings. We'll do a good morning off a safety pin, out of hanging chain, so it's just a concentric good morning. We'll do regular good mornings, and then you can rotate the bars. We usually don't use a straight bar for good mornings, but we will use a cambered bar, a buffalo bar, sometimes a safety bar. The safety bar you gotta be careful with. It will slide up on your head, put a lot of pressure on your neck. All right, but we're always rotating the bars, always rotating the movements. Then on the 3rd week, all right, deadlift. And I know some people like doing deadlift rep max training. I think it's a little too dangerous. If you're gonna build some volume in your deadlifts, I would do back off sets and not for maximum reps or maximum weight, all right? So when we do our deadlift training, it's always for a max single. Again, because I think the risk to reward ratio is a little too high for that. When we do our deadlifts, it's very rarely a normal competition deadlift. All right, almost never do we do that. It's always standing on mats, the weight being elevated up on mats, a pen pull, or pulling against mini bands or monster bands. All right, there's always some variance to how we pull, so there's always a change in position. All right, and that's how we build our deadlift. On week 4, week 4 is simply accessories. All right, so that's a down day. So what we do on accessories, that's when we'll do our belt squat. We'll add more volume on our reverse hypers, glute ham raises, more upper back work. All right, that 4th week, I don't like calling it a deload week. I don't think people need to deload as often as they think, especially for the newer lifters. Newer lifters don't need a full deload, but your body, as you progress up the charts and you're moving more poundage, you will start to need back off days. And I don't like calling it a deload because when you say deload, it'll put this notion in your head and then weights seem heavier than they actually are. So your perceived percentage of a max is higher because your body's already in a relaxed state. All right, our accessory days, I would say, are one of the harder days because the volume bumps up so high. All right, one thing with an accessory day, If you're getting ready for a meet and you have an accessory day on a Monday, don't try anything new because you're adding new stress to your body that could leave you sore and hinder your future workouts. All right, but if you want to try something new, throw it in on accessory Monday in the off season. All right, and there's no issue with that. That's a great time to add things in, try them out, see what works, see what doesn't. So some things with max effort training. All right. 5-pound PR. PRs are king. I would say if we're taking a max effort lift, let's say 50 weeks a year, we should be hitting a PR at least 45 of those weeks, all right? It's almost every single max effort day we hit a PR. Now, what people don't understand, they think when I say, or when they hear that we hit a new PR every week, that we're taking a squat max every single week. That's not the case, all right? We are hitting a PR on that movement, all right? So if that's a cambered bar, low box squat with a closed stance, just straight weight, no accommodating resistance, all right? We hit a PR on that. That means we hit a new PR on that movement, all right? That's how you always keep excitement, keep competition, all right? So hit your 5-pound PR and be done. Unless you feel really, really great, maybe take one more. You don't want too many attempts in that 90+% range. All right, once you're above 90%, I would say no more than 2 single lifts and then cut it, all right? If you get greedy, I've seen a lot of people go for 3 or so, that's when they get hurt, all right? And if you miss a PR attempt, if you think it was technical, try it again. If it's mental, cut it. If you strained really hard, cut it. All right, I know people want to take those attempts and try to get it back, but if you're drained, it's a lot harder on your body after you strain for a long time. It is a lot tougher on your body to come back and recover from that than sometimes making a lift. Now, if you hit a big PR and it's not that hard, but you just feel off, cut it there, all right? You might be more drained than what you actually think because your central nervous system went way up and now it's coming way down. So cut it there, all right? 5-pound. All right, rotate your exercises. We constantly rotate our max effort work, so we rotate our max effort work weekly. All right, so we will use this rotation, all right? So say that's 4 weeks, so we'll do each movement 1 time per month. And then, so if we do a safety bar low box 1 month, the following month we'll do a camber bar. All right, then the next month we might do a safety bar with heavy chains, all right, off a low box. You always change the movement pattern, and then you try to come back to it in 10 to 14 weeks, somewhere in that range, beat your previous best. All right, that's the critical thing. All right, 1 rep, it's maximum effort, not maximum efforts. All right, you gotta teach your body to strain. Learn to strain, do a 1 rep max. Your 3 rep max, 5 rep max, that's strength endurance. We wanna build absolute strength, all right? That's what we need, that's what we're trying to build in powerlifting. All right, so take 1 rep maxes, all right? Now, if you're in the off season, maybe for beginners, you might just need to build some volume. Feel free to do some back offsets. Again, I don't know if I would do back offsets on the deadlift. Maybe find something instead of the deadlift, maybe do good mornings for accessory work, 5 sets of 5, 5 sets of 8, 10, whatever it might be, and build your deadlift movement up that way. All right, on max effort days, you gotta learn to compete. All right, that's why it's a super important thing to have awesome training partners. You gotta learn to push each other, you gotta learn to compete. All right, I've seen Lou lay $20 on a squat box. I've seen guys have to buy pizza, drinks, whatever it might be, you know, split off into teams. We've gone like 4 or 5 to a team before, split into 2, 3, 4 teams, however many people you got. All right, take the total weight, see who gets the biggest number. That's a way to make training fun. All right, training gets, after a while, it can get boring. find ways to make your training fun, find ways to spark the environment, and that's how people will keep getting better. All right, auto-regulate, learn to auto-regulate your training. All right, some days you'll have it, some days you won't. If you start to feel like you are gonna tear something, something just feels off, that's usually a good indicator. All right, and this is something as you get higher up, as you move up the ranks, you gotta be more aware of how you're feeling when things don't feel quite right. All right, now that's not an excuse to be a lazy ass. All right, you have to know what's safe, when your motivation isn't high or when something feels wrong. There's a big difference, and that's where your training partners will come in. They can but if you have a good training group that stays consistent for a while, they'll start to pick up things and know when you're on, when you're off. All right, especially if you're in the off season or if you just competed, don't be afraid to just take some time down. All right, I think that's a big thing that people rush, is they jump right back into max effort training. Some people can do it, most people can't. Don't be afraid to just downplay some workouts, take it easy for a week or two, build your accessories, do some easy conditioning, some low impact conditioning, and you'll be able to build year after year, month after month, so forth. All right, last thing we're gonna talk about, on your max effort days, don't be afraid to take big jumps. All right, on our max effort days, it's usually a plate, then another plate, then another plate, then another plate. All right, until the last couple sets, maybe, let's say you got 70 pounds till you hit a new PR. That's a big jump to make to a PR, so split that in half, then take your PR. So you might jump up 40 pounds, then on your last attempt, jump 30 pounds, hit your 5-pound PR, call it there, be done. All right, max effort day is not a day to build volume. The volume's very low on max effort day. All right, the point of max effort day is to develop strength speed, not speed strength. All right, so it's a slower speed, like I said, teaching yourself how to strain through the entire movement. All right, and the exercises that we use on max effort day, like I've said, are almost always a variation of the competition movements. All right, the goal of that is to teach your body how to strain if you might get out of a bad position or strain through what might be a weak area for you. All right, so those are key things that you need to use for your max effort training. A good rule on picking max effort exercises, like I said earlier, you gotta pick exercises that are gonna help you build as a lifter, not building your ego. All right, there's exercises that everybody has that aren't gonna help them. So if you find an exercise that is plus or minus 100 pounds off your competition max, it might not help you. All right, so try to stay within that 100-pound range, and that's how you'll really grow as a lifter. If you guys have any questions or comments, leave them below, or you can email me at nick@showtimestrength.com. Hey guys, if you like the channel, you like the videos that we've been posting, you find them helpful, please subscribe to our channel, or you can follow me on social media. On Instagram, it's @n_showman. On Twitter, it's just @nshowman. All right, and I look forward to communicating with you.